Okay, we're going to draw the rod support. I'm going to start drawing a rectangle. I just saw something after I looked here. It's actually 4.5 inches long. I was about to draw it wrong in the beginning because the holes are a half inch from the end. The holes are 3.5 inches apart, so it's 4.5 inches long and 2.5 inches tall. So let's draw a line. 4.5, 2.5, 4.5, 4.5, and C for close. I'm going to start on the right hand side of this. No, I'm not. I'm going to start on the left hand side. Let's start on the left hand side. And we have a 3/8 line, or a line that's going to be 3/8 from the edge because it's got a 3/8, then a 45-degree angle. It's also a half inch tall. Uh, and our distance here will be made by starting in the center. So let's start at the center at the top. This is one of them that wants you to start from all directions. So let's start at center to top. We're going to go a half inch, 3/4, and then down to a half inch from the bottom. So half inch plus 3/4 will be 1.25 inches. And we're a half inch up. So let's start by, I'm going to offset the bottom edge of it. Offset 1/2. And I'm starting from the center at the top, and I'm going 1.25 inches, and come down to the. Actually, can trim this off now. All right, it told us that that thickness was 3/4 inch here, so I'm going to offset this line 3/4. And I'm going to go ahead and trim this off and this off, save me some confusion. This line does not come all the way down here. And let's go back to our drawing so we see what I'm looking at. All right, from the center, we have a space here that's 1 3/8. If I convert that into an improper fraction, that is a 11/8. To take half of that, I double the denominator, so it's 11/16. So I can go up 11/16 from the center, over 11/16, and back down, and I have one side of it made. So if I'm a drawing from my center, going up 11/16, I'm going this direction 11/16, and back down to perpendicular on the bottom. Now I can trim this off because I know that's incorrect to be coming all the way down. It tells us that that part is 1/2 inch, so I can offset this part that I just made by a half inch. So I offset 0.5, and trim those two lines. And I have this made from the center. Now what I have here, I can mirror. Let's go ahead and put, we said that we had a corner line over here. Let me go to my correct 3/8 from the edge. So let's put a line 3/8 from the edge, and then we'll calculate our drill holes. Let's wait till on our drill holes. Let's just put that line on there next, and then we'll mirror this and start our side view. Um, 3/8 from the edge. 3/8 from the edge. I'm gonna put a line. And I'm just going to use offset to do that. 0.37. All right, all of this I can mirror. And no, I do not want to erase source. Trim here at the top. And I'm going to trim this one off and leave that one because I need it for my miter line. All right, from I'm going to offset this line. I'm just going to start with drawing a line 1 inch over. Let me look at see what my depth is. My depth of this object is 1 1/4. So, and my height was 2.5. Start 1 inch over. One 0.25, 2.5, 1.25, and C flows. All right, that point we made here is in line with that one. I see something I'm going to change before I go any further. I'm on the wrong layer. And I can trim this off. We have a miter line that's a 1/2 inch from the 3/8 from the edge over here, so I can use 0.375, and there's our edge of our corner that has been cut off. We have a drill hole that we can see on this side that is 1 13/16 up from the bottom. That 5/8 tells me that it's centered this way, so I can start with a center line on the bottom and come up 1 13/16. And so I'm just going to draw a line that gives me a point. 1-13/16. And my drill hole size was a 1/2 inch drill, which would be a 1/2 inch diameter. And I can draw that 0.5. Right, and this next thing I'm going to do throws a lot of students off. It has an arc on the top. Going back to what we learned on tangencies, This has a radius of 1 3/8. That circle that's making that tangency is touching the very top edge. So it has to be 1 3/8. The center has to be 1 3/8 away from that top. So if I draw a line down from my center, 1.375, and now draw a circle with a radius from that point, 1.375, there it is. All right, now we had points on this one that we didn't put in. So you actually have a line here that we didn't know where they were until we created this view over here. Where is this and this represented over here? They would be represented by hidden lines. So I'm going to draw a hidden line there. And a hidden line from here. I'm going to double check myself on that one because it clicked on and just what I thought it did. That one is incorrect. I'm going to have to draw the line all the way through and trim it because it clicked on center points. It was actually not in the right place. So let's trim that now. And go back and check again. And it is a 1/2 inch. Correct. Um, Again, I'm going to wait on those drill holes for now. Wait till we do the top view. What else? Is anything else missing on that right now? Can't think of anything. All right, we're going to do our top view now. So we're going to draw a line starting from here. Let's do 10 inches at an angle of 45. And I'm going to change that to my guideline layer just so I know it's not my object layer. I'm going to project up from my bottom or my front view. And I'm going to project from my side view. Now I can transfer those here and here. I'm going to use fillet multiple. Saves me a little bit of trimming by doing that. And then I will delete these two lines here. But that gives me my overall shape. I know that these two lines are going to go all the way across, so I can project those up. I said 2 lines, it's actually 4 lines. I'm going to show you this next one two different ways. I can project up this corner. All right, I have the point on the corner. I can draw my line now from there, 45 degrees in the direction of my cursor, which would be actually a 225. So I'm going to do it. Let's just say 0.75 at an angle of 225. Can delete that, trim. All right, I also can do this by, I could measure up. If I remember correctly, that's 3/8. So I go up 3/8, 0.375, enter, and I'm going in this direction this time. So it would be a negative 45. I'm going to do it 0.75 at an angle of negative 45 and trim that off. I'm going to delete this line. I'm not sure whether those are in line with each other or not. So I'm not going to trust it. I'm going to project up here, project up here, and then I'm going to project from there this way. That's showing me where my drill holes are passing through this part here. So I'm going to trim here and here. I'm deleting those now. I'm going to turn those into hidden lines. All right, we also have drill holes on this surface here that I haven't shown on these others. So I'm going to, it's 1/2 inch from the back. You know, I hope I didn't mess up on this. This is 1 3/8, 1 9/16. Let me look at this. I need to measure. That's 1 9/16. That's correct. Back where my, what was I looking at? How did I know? Those were 3 1/2, and that's a half. That's how I did that. All right. So it's a 1/2 inch from this edge and a 1/2 inch from the back, top edge or the back edge. So it's 1/2 inch this way and 1/2 inch this way. So I'm going to draw a line 1/2 inch over 0.5. And that drill hole is supposed to be 7/16. So I'm going to draw a drill hole 7/16, which would be a diameter of 7/16. 7/16th, enter. Delete that line. I'm actually, rather than do all that again, I'm going to mirror that here. And then I'm going to turn my, all right, before I forget, I have some hidden lines missing on this view. I don't have this point represented up here. So I'm going to draw a line up from here. Turn those off. And then delete that part. This and this would be lines. I'm going to change my layer to center. Go to annotate, center mark on this, and this. I'm going to use a center line on this and this. Again on this and this. And again on this and this. Now I've got to go back on this one. I do not have any of my hidden lines going this way or this way. I'm going back to my home layer, change my layer to hidden, project this point down, maybe. It's not, let's just draw a line down. It's going to make it simpler. Draw a line from here down. Draw a line from here down. And I'm going to trim. I'm going to mirror. Let's go ahead and put it. I'm going to go ahead and put my center line on that also. And I'm going to mirror it to the other side. I could project it all, but it's, to me, that would be quicker to mirror, I think, if I can select the line. Okay, now I also have hidden lines going this way. So I'm going to draw a line from here, here, and a line from here to here. Trim, trim, and delete. Use annotate, center line. It's going to be centered between those two. Center line between this one and this one. And then I'm going to select those two and put them in my center layer. Trim, home, trim, trim that and that. And I see I have something missing. All right, let's go back on this one. I'm going to draw a line this way. It's 1/2, 0.5. I could actually have projected that down from the top. Let's do it again. 0.5, enter. I'm going to now copy those three lines from there to there. Just for checking, I'm going to project over here, and then I'm going to project down there. And that's hitting exactly where it's supposed to be hitting. I haven't forgotten something. That's how you draw rod support figure 655.